Live from Dark Fantasy Studios in Eddyville, Kentucky, it's time for another episode of Dark Fantasy Recap. Tonight, Diary of Future President wraps, Picard finds the Sith planet, and an epic double tribal council sends two legends to the edge of extinction. Your host, Darth Easy! Hello, Easy Nation, and welcome to another episode of Darth Easy's TV Recap. So, a little apologies about the song I'm using because I was wanting the opening of Diary of a Future President, and it's not on YouTube anywhere. So, I just had to pick a song that was in the show and the trailer. I was about to go with the Picard theme, but that works too. So, guys, I hope the apocalypse is treating you well. It's been, I guess, really 2 weeks, I think we're on week 2, maybe, of the 2020 apocalypse. I saw a funny meme where every morning you wake up, you just go from, like, Star Trek Next Generation, go, damage report. It's just, like, it's been a hell of a year so far, and I'm a little depressed this weekend because, you know, this weekend was March Madness, and I love March Madness. And March Madness was canceled due to the coronavirus, and it sucks. And I'm not used to a March without March Madness in basketball, so it's kind of sad. But I understand we have to cancel it for everyone's safety, and like they canceled spring breaks across the nation. I mean, the beaches are closing down. I mean, it's crazy stuff out there, and you need to take care of yourself because it's dangerous stuff out right now. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about some TV to keep yourself distracted while you're in your bunker, in your house, staying quarantined while I'm going out to work. Listen to the little good old Darth Easy TV recap. So let's get right into it. So let's talk about Batwoman, Season 1, Episode 15, Off With Her Head! So this episode, we learn more backstory about Mouse's family and Alice's captor. Basically, they capture... Alice had knocked out Mouse's dad, left him next to the bat signal. And... so they were interrogating him, and Alice has been captured by Mouse at the same time. Alice tried to rescue Mouse, and Mouse's dad turned Mouse against Alice. And so, then basically what Mouse does is he gives Alice the fear toxin from Scarecrow, and it completely warps her mind. She sees her greatest fear, which was Mouse's grandmother. So it's got scary stuff for her. And Alice is like, I'm alone again. And then she gets rescued by her dad. And then Kate is interrogating her, and they find out the severed head in the refrigerator was their mom. And so Kate kills him, and now she's a murderer. And at the end of the episode, she's just kind of shaken, and she's like, they just take a shot of like a bourbon or whiskey, and Alice is like, well, this is a good way to get the night started. And Kate's like, what are you talking about? She said, well, last time I checked, bodies don't bury themselves. So yeah, overall, decent episode of Batwoman. Let's move on to Better Call Saul, Season 5, Episode 5, Decado Abax. So Gus has taken Mike to a Mexican villa. I believe it's a dedication to Gus's, I don't remember, was it his boyfriend? Was it his lover? Was it his brother? Was it his cousin? It was something. I have to go back and watch the Breaking Bad episode, at least the opening episode where we saw his brother. But this was a kind of a tribute to, I think, his brother. So... I really did like this episode. Was cool. It's just seeing Mike, and he's just in town, and Gus tells him, he says, I need your help. I need revenge against the Salamanca family, and I need a good soldier. And Mike's like, oh, okay, I guess I could, because he knows a little bit about the revenge business. Also, in this episode, Saul goes up against Mason Burde to help the older guy keep his house. And they're doing all these little things. It was a funny thing when the construction guy, and then you have the sheriff goes like, I need to make a call. He did like 2 or 3 times. And it was kind of funny. I really did like this episode of Better Call Saul. Let's move on to The Flash, Season 6, Episode 15, The Exorcism of Nash Wells. This episode, basically, Thrawn's trying to take control of Nash's body. and it's kind of a battle of it's kind of a battle of the minds, and all the Wells' minds entered into Nash's Wells' mind. So, but now Thrawn is trying to take control of that, and if he gets control of Nash, he's gonna have all the knowledge of all the multiverse inside Nash's mind. So it was a cool little episode, and we also find out Allegra and Nash, a doppelganger of Allegra, was Nash's basically psychic in his Indiana Jones adventures. But they kick Thrawn out, get rid of his fear, and then Thrawn goes away into, it's kind of like Voldemort at the beginning of Harry Potter. He doesn't have a body. He's roaming the world for a body. And then at the end of the episode, we find out Barry's trying to get used to not using his speed for every situation. And they said that Thrawn teach Nora everything that he knew, kind of. We guess. So their plan is to decipher Nora's journal and create an artificial speed force. That was the episode of Flash. Let's move on to Legends of Tomorrow, Season 5, Episode 8. Romeo v. Juliet, Dawn of Justice. This episode, the Legends, they go back in time to get a part of the Loom of Fate. It was like a little ring that Charlie gave to William Shakespeare. The Legends mess up. They mess history up. It looks like Ray Palmer is done. It looks like his story in Legends is officially over. I don't know if he's coming back for another episode, but this season. But I thought it was a good finale for Ray. I mean, there's been a lot of talks about Ray Palmer and how Brandon Routh didn't like his ending to the show. He probably wanted to die, but this leaves him open to come back if he wants. But it was a good little touching moment between him and I forget the guy's name, but Steele. It was a cool little moment between there, and this episode reminded me a lot of Shakespeare in Love, and I love that movie. Let's move on to Survivor, Season 40, Episode 6, Quick on the Draw. Okay, so this episode was pretty cool, episode of Survivor. So we have multiple days. I'll get to the Edge of Extinction first. The Edge of Extinction, Tyson finds the thing. He fire token. He finds it's a idol nullifier, gives it to Parvati for some reason. That's pretty much dead now. So, but basically he turns it into that fire token. He's like, I don't want to be that idiot who doesn't use that fire token when I could have eaten. So he gets like a big jar of peanut butter, and you just see Tyson. He's out in the corner just eating peanut butter, and his heart's get in. It was funny stuff seeing that with Tyson. The Green Tribe wins, and that sends both the Red Tribe and the other tribe to Tribal Council. I'll talk about the first Tribal Council. Wendell is kind of playing a little fishy, be honest with you, because he tells Parvati, he says, you give me 2 fire tokens, I'll vote however you want. And it just looks a little shady, and it makes it look like Nick's going to go against him, but at the end, Parvati goes home. First time Parvati's ever been voted out pre-merge. So we'll see if Parvati can come back. She's good at challenges, but it's just new school versus old school, and new school is kicking old school's butt. The other Tribal Council, Denise, everyone's out to get Denise. They're like, all right, we're going to get rid of Denise. Easy vote out. But Sandra's like, I'll give you my immunity idol if you give me 2 fire tokens. And Denise is like, well, I'll give you 1, and I'll give you another 1 after if I get voted out, if I make it back to camp. And Sandra's like, okay, I'll do that. She gets her immunity idol. Oh man, Sandra, what were you thinking? And Denise plays both her beauty idols. She plays her idol for herself, and she plays it for Jeremy, and gets rid of Sandra. And Sandra goes home. I was kind of surprised. I figured Tony would go home, but, I mean, Sandra played pretty decent. I mean, she had a dumb move. And, winners, just because you're a winner doesn't mean you're going to come back and play the greatest game again. I mean, look at JT. And Sandra even said, she said, day 15 got me again. And... So, guys, this was a good episode of Survivor, and someone was posting on Facebook that it was the greatest play they've ever seen. I don't agree with that, but I do think it was a good move. Let's move on to Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Season 7, Episode 8, The Take Back. So this episode, Judy comes back, and basically Judy is setting up Peralta to help him get his buddies sent to jail, or temporary jail, so he doesn't have to invite them to his wedding. So it's kind of funny stuff seeing that. And then he asks his Peralta to be his best man. funny stuff there. I mean, it's great stuff. Also, Raymond becomes the captain again, and he's trying to find his card of gum that makes him remember his failures. That's how he feels like he becomes a good police person. Let's move on to Star Trek Picard, Season 1, Episode 9, E.T. in Arcadia, Eco 1. This was an amazing episode. This episode shows just how good this season is. And, like, they get to the Sith planet, and you've had the first stuff with the Borg. That stuff was cool on its own. But then we see the planet full of all these robotic Siths, and we see the son of the guy who created Data. And it's Brett Snyder, and it kind of makes sense because a guy who created all these robots would model his son after Data. So Data looks just like the creator's son. And basically, they're all trying to figure out the Romulans are coming to destroy the planet because they saw a vision, but they saw one of the Siths use a Vulcan mind melding technique on the girl to see the vision of that destroyed all the Siths or destroyed all the Romulans, and now they're getting ready to become the destroyer of the world that the Romulans saw. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see this finale. And Picard's just like, I can't, give me a chance. I will make this happen. And they're like, you fail. There's like, I will make the Federation believe me. And he's like, no, you won't. The Federation didn't believe me last time. So we are set up for an incredible season finale. Let's move on to Diary of a Future President, Season 1, Episode 10, Two-Party System. So this was a good finale of Diary of Future President. This is my theme episode. This is the theme of the week. It was cool because, we got the bridge between Elena and Sasha built, and we have her friend Jessica, so they throw like this little party, and she gets to meet the senator, and she kind of rebuilt her friendship with other people. And she, at the end of the episode, so we realized that she's going to be popular at the end of this. And she helps mend that bridge between Jessica, and she's getting ready to go into 7th grade. So that'll be next season. Also, we have Bobby. I finally remembered the guy's character's name. Bobby I guess he's gay. I mean, he's getting ready to go to high school, and he's talking to Liam about all the stuff going on with his friendship with him, and he has feelings, but he just doesn't know how to reach out. He's just not there yet, and maybe we'll see that next season or the season afterwards. And then also we have the mom character who is trying to accept her new boyfriend. Basically, they had broken up, and she doesn't know she can be with him, but what her son said and what Sam told her was what made him, and she's like, I'm all into this relationship. So guys, this was a great season of a show. It's a good family friendly show. I highly recommend checking out Diary of a Future President. With this lockdown we're all in, I think we all need some cheering up sometimes. Let's get to the final episode as Star Wars Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 5, Gone with a Trace. So this episode, listen, it's great seeing Ahsoka back, and I want to see those moments between Ahsoka from here to Order 66, and we have to reintroduce Ahsoka one way or the other. This feels like a weak Season 1 story to me, and a lot of people are criticizing the first 4 episodes of Clone Wars. I like the first 4 episodes. I thought it was cool little army episodes because we forget that the Clone Wars is a lot. It's about the clones as well as the Jedi and the fall of the Jedi. And it's also about Ahsoka, but I didn't love the episode. I would have preferred to see something else. Maybe do it with something with Death Watch. I think that would have been, I would have liked it a little more. But to be honest with you, this episode was just forgettable. I mean, she gets a friend. Ahsoka's trying to find herself now that she's not a Jedi anymore. So yeah, that's the episode. I guess there's going to be another episode of this. I'm ready to see some more Ahsoka stuff. I just don't want to see this Ahsoka stuff. So, guys, that is another episode of Darth Easy TV Recap. Guys, check out me here every week at the Darth Easy TV Recap studios. Next week's episode will come out on time because I am now just one episode behind, and that's just that new Batwoman episode that came out last night. So I'm probably getting ready to watch that right now. Guys, also check out the ECK show. We have episodes every week, comes out on Friday. We're actually getting ready to move our schedule to Saturday, which will start next week. So look forward to that. This week's episode of we talk about TV. So more of what you got here, just not as detailed as I like to do on this show. And also check out the Darth Easy YouTube channel. I've been a little slacking on my reviews. I don't know when I'm going to actually get time to do them, but I will do them eventually. I promise. So guys, also make sure you take care of yourself. Wash your hands for 20 seconds. And if you don't wash your hands for 20 seconds, I will destroy you. So guys, until next week, all too easy. We are all